Hello, friends, and welcome to Shutty Uppy, Let's Talk King and Queens podcast. My name is Steve Lont, and we have an awesome show for you today, as always. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Dusty Salisbury, famous for his hilarious King and Queens TikTok reenactments with his lovely wife. Dusty, how are you, pal?
What is up, you demented old circus monkeys? How y'all doing?
You know we're doing good over here. So this week we don't really have any specific feedback to share, although we do, we have been getting a lot of positive comments about the podcast on Facebook, so keep them coming. If you guys end up listening to the podcast on Apple Podcast app, you can rate and review us there. Or if you just want to hear your comments read on the air, send us an email. Or just shoot us a direct message on Facebook. That would be great. So today we have another great guest for you. She was on a few episodes back. She describes herself as a cross between Lucy Ricardo and Doug Heffernan. And she's our first repeat guest. Please welcome back to the show, Jenna Maureen. Jenna, how are you?
Doing good. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. Yeah. We appreciate you coming on. Tell us about your newfound fame since we last talked to you.
Well, I've got 2 friend requests from other people.
Oh, really?
That's about it.
That's about it. All right.
But somebody was really sweet from our fan page, and she messaged me and she said something really nice. She was like, "You were so awesome," and I was like, "Oh, thank you."
That's awesome. That's cool.
So that was sweet.
Oh,
and
that's
I got
great.
to tell my husband, see, it was a girl. You can't just say, "Oh, because you have blonde hair." I'm like, it was a girl that said that, so I'm funny, okay?
There you go.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got a lot of good feedback from the show, so that's great. All right. So you know the drill. You ready to tackle the show?
Yes, except this time I might need multiple choice. I came home after work and I watched the episode twice, and that was it. So, we'll see. I did take notes again.
I was about to say.
Take notes.
Better take some notes.
I did.
So,
I took notes.
So this trivia is jam-packed. I got a lot of questions.
Oh, great.
And we got some that kind of veer off. They're not 100% King of Queens related. So you'll see what I mean.
Okay. Oh, great.
Nice.
Now I'm really nervous.
Now you're nervous.
Switching it up on you.
Switching it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So. All right. So today we're going to do season 1, episode 22, entitled Timeshare. It was written by Kathy Yespa, Josh Goldsmith, and David Bickle. It was directed by Rob Schiller, and it originally aired on April 26, 1999, way back in the day.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, I know. The episode synopsis: Tim and Dorothy from next door offer Doug and Carrie their house at the beach because they are divorcing. So this one was a lot funnier than I remembered, and I can't wait to get into it. So, Jenna, here we go. Question number 1.
Dun, dun, dun.
In the cold opening, what product was Arthur writing a letter about?
Some ointment.
Some ointment. That's correct. That's correct.
I didn't know if there was a name. I was like, oh, gosh.
Nah, he just calls it like special ointment or something like that. So that's the correct answer. Yeah, we don't see a lot of Arthur in this episode. This is pretty much, we see him here and then at the end.
Right.
So I don't know how that's going to, I can't wait to see your rating on this one, Dusty, because,
I know, right?
Technically does have Arthur in it. So.
Yep.
All right. Question number 2. When Carrie mentions that she has to wear a headset at work, Doug asks her to bring them home to do what?
So they can role play. And he wants her to be Janet Jackson or some kind of operator or something like that.
Some kind of operator. Do you remember the operator specifically?
If you give me multiple choice, maybe.
I'll just give it to you. It's a Time Life operator.
Time Life, yeah, I wouldn't have gotten
Which
that.
I thought was hilarious. Like, he goes from Janet Jackson to a Time Life operator. And Time Life was like, what was that exactly? I guess that was like a magazine or something, right? Or I can't remember.
I don't even know. Like,
No?
I was thinking of like just a telephone operator, but I'm probably.
I
wrong.
thought it was one of those lifelines. You know, those little things you press the button and it's like a lifeline operator, like
Maybe
like a 911 or whatever. That's what I thought it was.
Oh, like I've fallen and I can't get up type
yeah.
of thing?
Okay, that's even funnier. Why would you want her to role play as?
We'll go with that. We'll go with that one. I like that one. That's awesome. All right. So the Sackskys end up calling, and Carrie's trying to figure out why, and she asked Doug if he ran over something of theirs. What does Doug think he might have run over?
A cat.
A cat. That's right. He goes, "Do they have a cat? Why do you think you ran over a cat?" I don't know. I don't think so. Oh my God. What does Doug do when he answers the door and the Sackskys are there?
He sneezes and pretends he has a cold because he stole Carrie's idea.
Yeah.
He stole Carrie's idea. That's right. I like I said, I hadn't watched this one in forever, and I laughed my ass off for that one. I had to actually pause the video and rewind it because I couldn't. I just had to see it again. Yeah, when he sneezes, oh, sorry, I got a cold. Carrie looks at him. It's like, oh my God. All right, so they come over because they want to offer Doug and Carrie their timeshare. Where is the timeshare located?
The Hamptons.
The Hamptons. Okay. Now, the unrelated King of Queens question. Where is the Hamptons located?
Isn't it in New York?
It's
Am
in
I
New
wrong?
York.
Okay.
On what island?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know that.
Oh, come on. Just think about it. It's the most east island in New York. It's very big.
I know it's not Long Island, but I don't
It's
know.
Long
Is it
Island.
Long Island?
Yeah,
I
Long
had no
Island.
idea. I had no idea. I just know Long Island, but I was like, that can't be right.
You're like, it's in New York. I'm like, yeah, it is. All right. I'm trying something different. I'm trying to put in because you really did blow us away the other episode, and now we gotta trip you up somehow, right?
Well, I learned something new because I had no idea the Hamptons were in Long Island. I had no idea.
I thought it was hilarious when Carrie comes home, and she's like, she comes home like late. It's like 8:30, and Doug's asking her where she was. Oh, I just went to the pharmacy and the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And like she just casually drove out to the Hamptons. It's like, holy crap.
How far would have that been? Because I was thinking that was really far, but I guess Queens and Long Island, is it that far?
I think the Hamptons compared to where they are is a decent. Well, first of all, the traffic.
Yeah.
Is like crazy.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
I've been on Long Island before, and it doesn't matter what time of day I've gone. And like, it's been in the middle of the night. It's been during the middle of the day. It's always traffic. So yeah, it's quite a distance, driving.
Yeah. So it wasn't just a casual drive. Oh, I just
No, it wasn't. Yeah. Like when she said that, I was like, really? All right. So the Sackskys offer them the timeshare, but Doug makes an excuse for not being able to use it. What was that excuse?
He was having
claims-
like something surgery. I'm trying to think of my notes.
I'm trying to. You're getting all nervous now. I think I tripped you up.
If I write it down, I tend to remember. But if you give me multiple choice, I'll probably know this one.
All right. Well, it was a kind of surgery.
It's like it starts with an E, doesn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, there you go.
If I write down my notes.
Come on, you got
can't
this.
Think of the word. Look, it's been a long day. Full time. It's okay. And then I came home, watched the video, then finished a 7-page paper. I've got a lot going on.
I'll give you a hint. Dora the...
Oh, exploratory surgery.
Exploratory surgery. Very good. Very good. So Doug, Carrie ends up wanting to go to the Hamptons, and then makes Doug call, by the way, and tell Tim that they want the timeshare. So How does Doug get out of that lie about the exploratory surgery? Why doesn't he need the exploratory surgery anymore?
He said the coin.
He said the coin worked its way out. That's right. Yep. That was thinking on his feet. I mean, Carrie was busting his chops early in the episode about not thinking on your feet, so I gave it to him on that.
Swallowing coins like a child.
Yeah. All right. Tim comes over to drop off the parking pass. What kind of beer does Tim bring over?
I don't know if I wrote this one down.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't drink beer, so.
It wasn't a brand name. I'll give you that.
Mm-mm.
Was it a French beer, a Dutch beer, a German beer, or an American beer?
I think it was Dutch or German. I don't think
So-
it was American. Or am I
Okay.
completely wrong?
So you gotta go. Go what you
choose
got.
one.
Go what you got. What you got?
Dutch.
Dutch. That's
Okay,
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good job.
Great job. I'm Dutch, and they have a saying: "If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much." So I'm just letting you guys know that.
Dark lager.
All right. Where do the Sackskys keep their key to the timeshare?
In the bank deposit box.
Yep, that's absolutely correct. The safe deposit box at the bank. All right, you're getting back on track, Jenna.
Like, I didn't have as much time to prep this time.
That's all right. You're still doing great. All right. Carrie, not Carrie. Dorothy comes over all upset, and Carrie wants somebody to bring Dorothy a beer because she's late for the gym. Who does she want to bring her beer? Richie.
I love
That's
Richie.
Right. Richie was good in this one.
I thought he was a good character.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How long? Just a side note. He was on for what? 2 seasons? 3 seasons?
It's like 3 seasons, I think. 2 or
Was it
3.
three?
Yeah, it wasn't
2 or
very
3.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta try to get him on, Dusty.
Yeah, definitely. He likes all our posts and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's
I
pretty
wonder if he
cool.
listens. Richie, if you're listening, we want to talk to you, bud,
Heck yeah, man.
or Mr. Romano. All right. So Richie gives Dorothy a phone number. Where does that phone number go to?
A bakery.
A bakery. That's right. So Richie ends up, her and Dorothy end up. She calls it making love, and Richie gives her a bakery phone number. I can't believe that.
And it all started just by checking her a fire alarm.
Yep. That's right. Her smoke
Or
detectors.
smoke alarms, yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, because he is a firefighter in the show.
Yeah.
So Carrie finds out, obviously, because Dorothy tells her. And Richie says, I'm not going to see her again anyway. And Carrie gets really upset. She says that he has to see her for at least how long before he can break things off with her?
A month. And then Doug says, that's a long time. And she goes, fine, 3 weeks.
That's absolutely correct.
Yep. Good job.
That's what we have here.
Yep.
See, you think you're not doing well, but you're doing awesome.
Oh yeah.
I was like you. I hadn't watched that episode in so long that I was almost like, have I ever seen this one? Well, I know I've watched them all, but I just don't remember it. Like, I remember the beginning with Arthur, but the beginning with the Sackskys and stuff, I was like, I don't remember this.
And I'm trying to think because they've had the Sackskys on a couple of times, a bunch of times actually.
Yeah.
Was this the last episode that they were on? Because obviously they weren't on later on in the seasons.
I don't know, because it wasn't one of the episodes where they were gone and then all of a sudden they came back.
Yeah.
So I don't know the order of that though.
Yeah, and that's the one thing with us, we don't go in order. So
Yeah. I think they were in
That's
the
all
3rd
good.
season because they was it the 3rd? It was either the 2nd or 3rd season. I think that was their last one. Shit, I can't remember. The one where he wanted to build a compound in the backyard when the fence fell down. Or what? I can't remember if that was the last
that's a
one.
classic episode.
Yeah, that's hilarious. But it was either that one or the water filter, which was the last one. It might have been the water filter. I think he came back after that. The Sackskys. Man, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they came back after that water filter one when they left.
Yeah.
And they came back. But then didn't they also leave when they had Stanley too and they went back? What is happening here?
Damn magicians.
Yeah, I know. They're all over the place.
Yes.
All right. So Tim ends up coming over, inviting himself over again, and Richie's there, and he's wearing a shirt. What shirt is Richie wearing?
It's a college, and it's like Swartzmuth or something like that.
You're close.
I've honestly never heard
You're
of
close.
the college. I had to look it up.
Sounds like a Harry
I've
Potter
heard of it.
school.
But it's in Pennsylvania.
That was the next question.
Yeah, nice.
Swartzmuth.
Yeah,
you're
close
close.
enough.
You're
Something
close.
like that.
Swarthmore.
Swarthmore. See.
And whose shirt was it actually that he was wearing?
It was Tim's.
It was Tim's shirt.
Awkward.
I didn't even know that was a real college.
I didn't either. I looked it
I
up
no
like
idea.
Jenna did.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I was like, what the heck is that?
It
Yeah,
literally sounds like
it's in
something from Harry
Pennsylvania.
Potter.
It's in Swarthmore, Pennsylvania. It was going to be a bonus question for Jenna, but she just ended up answering it without even being asked. So yeah. Good job on that one.
So I
Swarthmore.
scored 2 points because I said the answer before you even asked.
That's right.
Jenna's like just making up her own point system here. That's good. That's cool. That's cool. All right. We got a couple more questions here. We're almost done. Instead of the beach, where does Carrie end up trying to get her tan?
Is it on the roof or is it their like garage roof?
It's some sort
Good
of roof.
point.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on the back. I think it was on the back of their house somewhere, but it's definitely on the roof. And he goes, "Be careful, this might be asbestos," and then closes the hatch and leaves her up there. So yeah, you're absolutely right, on the roof. And then the final question here, where we see Arthur again. What was Arthur actually using instead of ointment?
Oh gosh, I did write that down too. What was it? Oh, it was like caulking or something, like extra.
Yep.
No wonder there was like a metal tip or something.
Yeah. He goes, "Oh, that explains the metal applicator."
Yeah. Oh god.
It was all weather something or other caulking,
Yes.
window caulking.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, you did well. You did well.
Yeah, you did really good.
You pretty much knocked it out of the park. You got to learn your geography for New York.
I do.
I know
Especially
you
since I
said
love
you
New York
want
so
to.
much.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I figured that would have been an easy softball for
We
you.
didn't go to Long Island. I mean, we just went to, Times Square and then, of course, the King and Queen's places. And that was it. So I need to go
Nice.
make a trip back up there.
Nice.
Just so I can go back to the King of Queens places. And then I'll go to Long Island.
And then you go
Right.
Long Island. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Just to sidetrack a little bit, they always talk about the Hamptons and Seinfeld too. So
Yep.
I don't know if you're a big Seinfeld fan or not.
My parents, my dad was, but I would watch it very rarely with them. Getting
Very rarely. Oh, okay.
glimpses. But my best one, my favorite with my dad would be the "No soup for you."
Yeah. Soup Nazi.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're on to a little quotes and pondering here. I have a bunch for this one.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Dorothy blames Tim for buying the house at the high end of the market. Isn't that a decision for both of them? Like, wouldn't she be, like she's blaming Tim and he's like, "Yes, I did. I'm sorry." Like, what do you do? Just surprise, unless he bought the house before they were married. I don't know.
Could have been that.
But
Yeah.
could have been that, but
Yeah.
she blames him for that. So they never really say why they're getting divorced, which I don't know. I would have liked to hear like all they said was irreconciling differences. And they also don't say why they're getting back together
Yeah.
at the end of the episode, which is why Carrie's up on the roof, trying to get her tan because they're not at the beach.
Well, they seem to have a lot of problems because even in that water filter, with the Stanley episode,
Yeah.
they seem to have a lot of problems. So.
Bottom line is Doug doesn't like the Sackskys. What did he say about Doug or about Tim? He's very unpleasant.
Yeah, pleasant.
I have to concur with Doug. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, you're not a Sacksky fan?
No, I mean they do a good job, but it just. You guys are probably going to be like, what? But they're not when they're in those episodes, they're not my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you kind of cringeworthy.
Yeah, maybe. They're not my favorite.
I could see that. I mean, I think that's the way they're supposed to be portrayed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They do a good job at it.
They do.
That's for sure.
They must.
Yeah.
Now, because Bryan Cranston was on Malcolm in the Middle, because that was in the 90s, right?
Late 90s.
Late 90s,
Yeah.
right? So I'm trying to. Did this I guess it kind of overlapped with
Yeah.
the King of Queens a little bit, and then obviously he was on Breaking Bad a little later on.
Awesome show.
I only watched the first episode. I don't know why I didn't.
You got to watch it all the way through. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
It is an awesome
I've heard
show.
that.
He did such a good job on that show.
I think we only watched like 2 episodes, and I love TV like we talked about last time, but I just couldn't get into that show for some reason. And I literally love everything I watch, so I was just like, I didn't understand.
Well, the beginning is slow. Like the first season is kind of slow, and it starts picking up later in the first season, and it gets really, really good.
Yeah. And then they have a spinoff, right? Better Call Saul or something?
Yeah, Better Call Saul. Yeah.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? You're learning stuff,
Yep.
A
The
bunch of stuff
Hamptons
tonight.
are in Long Island. There's a spin-off of a show that I didn't watch.
Doug unloading the dishwasher. I thought that was a really funny part because he's trying to put the pots away and he shoves them in there and he closes the door real quick to the cabinet. That's typical at my house.
Yeah.
Like,
Is that
when
a
I'm putting
man
the stuff
thing?
away.
Because I do it all the time, and my wife hates it.
It must. Yeah, it must because I do it and I'm scared to open the pots cabinet.
Yeah.
It's gonna crash all over the place.
Yep.
Jenna, what's your thoughts on that?
Kind of the man in the relationship in the city, but yes, that is me.
That's you?
Yeah. Yeah, we have a cabinet underneath the stove because we have the
Oh, like a stovetop?
yeah, and
Okay.
it's just the cabinet because I got really big pots that were special, so I put those in the drawers, and then I put all the rest of the pots underneath that cabinet, and they're just all piled up in there.
Oh, it's a pain, right? It's a pain in
Yeah.
the butt to do.
The construction workers need to figure this out because it shouldn't be.
You're right.
Maybe if they built things differently, this wouldn't be a problem.
You know what? Maybe you should come up with something, and that'll be your $1 million idea, Jenna.
That would be amazing.
Need
I could live in a penthouse in New York City.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. You can have all the pots and pans you want.
I always get mad when my Tupperware falls on my face and all that because
God,
when I get pissed, I get so mad about it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I did that. That's my fault. So I do it every time.
I swear, Tupperware is like socks. You lose a lid or you lose one of the containers. I don't get it. So you guys have the same problem?
Yes.
Yes. But my
I don't
kids,
get it.
I will now for the Tupperware and the dishes, I'll put those away properly. Not my kids. They will not. And I have to fix it. And I'm like, but where are the lids? We have knives missing in our house. I'm like, where do these knives go?
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Our huge bread knife, it's gone. Where did that go? I don't know.
My God. Oh, my God. You better find that.
Yeah.
It's been missing for probably 3 years now.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been a while. All right.
I gave up looking for it.
Maybe hopefully it's in the trash or something, maybe it just got thrown away.
Well, yeah.
or they could be doing knife throwing outside. That's what I used to do as a kid. I used to take knives or whatnot and go outside and try to throw them at a tree or whatnot, try to get it to stick.
It probably was my 14-year-old son. But that was his room was the first place I went.
Oh, really? Oh my God. Yeah. One of the other, just to get back to it, one of the other quotes I had was when Doug calls Tim, hey, Doug, how's the weather over there? Like real corny and cringeworthy, like that's. And then he has the beer and he goes, clink, like before he drinks it. I laughed my ass off at that part.
That was funny.
He's so excited to be over hanging out with Doug.
Yeah, it's just so awkward.
What is this, your posse?
Yeah.
I like how he did that. That was so funny when he just threw up his hands like that.
That was the best
He
part.
gave the gang signs or whatever.
Yeah. That and when he was talking about his wife and he was like, the things that I can do to her or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's like looking at Doug.
Richie's behind him.
Yes. That was classic too.
Yeah. That was funny. Yeah, she doesn't like to do that, and he's like, What about this one? When Carrie is yelling at Richie, and then Doug's like agreeing with Richie, like, listen, what do you expect when you put a snake in a cage with a mouse and beer? You have to expect that they'll have sex. I can't even get that line out without laughing. That's another rewind part I had to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up watching it a couple times, but I still had to rewind it because I was laughing so much.
What do you think Carrie whispered to Doug to...
Oh, my God.
That's $1 million question.
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Oh, yeah.
You would like to know. Whatever it was, it definitely changed Doug's mind very quickly.
He didn't even hesitate.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, do it. Do it, Richie.
Dougie time.
Yeah. All right, I already talked. I got a question for you guys. Jenna, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Have you ever had like an annoying neighbor or like a stage 5 clinger, as I like to call?
Well, I hope none of my neighbors listen.
All right. Well, we'll just broaden that question. I mean, have you ever had like an annoying person in your life, or?
Oh, of course, yes.
Of course.
But I try to stay away from those people. I used to be the nicest person ever, and then now I don't know. As I got older, I can't hide how annoyed I get.
Yep.
Anymore. I can't. So if I find you annoying, I'm sorry, I'm not going to hang out with you.
Oh, that's funny.
That's so cold. I'm so mean now.
No, you just don't have the time for it.
Exactly.
No.
I think, right?
No.
So we won't name names then, Jenna.
No.
No. All right. If you're out there,
I have friends that have listened.
Oh yeah, okay.
Who actually are my neighbors, but I'm not talking about them.
What did they think of the show, Jenna? Did they like it?
They liked it, yeah.
All right, good.
And they liked it, and my parents listened to it, and
oh, good.
One of my friends actually from New York City, she listened to it, and
nice.
She was like, I was like laughing along with you guys because we were talking about coffee, and so she was laughing at that and talking with us. So.
Hey, we had a bunch of your
awesome.
friends follow us. We had like 3 or 4 of your friends follow us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because we had people following. I'm like, who is this? And I look, and they followed you, and I was like, oh, okay. So when you posted something about the episode you did last time, they started following us, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep, I sent it to a few friends.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, we appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Dusty, same question over to you.
Oh, Lord.
I know some of your neighbors listen, so.
No, we like our next door neighbors. They're great people. They always would like to take their shirt off their back and give it to you. But we when I was a kid in high school, we had a neighbor across the street that would always walk their dog up and down the road. But for some reason, he would always walk their dog on our grass and let the dog squat and take a shit. And that pissed us off. Yes. So, and it still goes on. Like, I'm surprised my dad hasn't said anything.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm surprised my pops hasn't said anything, but like he'll sit there and tell me that they still take their dogs and they'll take a shit in our yard in their yard. I'm like, Jesus,
wow.
man, like I don't know.
That's crazy, man. But I mean, after so long, I mean, you got to say something.
I don't know.
Or at least put a sign up or something.
Yeah,
he's a weird dude. Like he always he goes jogging with his wife and he always wears these short shorts that reveals a bunch of crap and I'm like, come on, dude. It's like, get out of here with that mess.
No.
Oh God.
Short shorts on guys is not attractive.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, you don't like that.
No.
Yeah.
Did you just gag?
No, it's gross.
Did you just like do like a little gag like?
Yes.
That is
Gross.
hilarious. That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should see this guy then.
No.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Jenna's like, nope, I'm good.
No, but yeah, him. I don't know, cause and my parents just got new neighbors across the street, and I guess they come over sometimes to say hey and all that. Every time they come say hey, like he'll tell me that, man, these people are weird. So I don't know. Like we've never really had bad neighbors, but my parents have. That's for sure. So.
Do your parents listen to the show?
Shit, my dad. All he does is listen to sports talk radio.
Oh, all right.
My mom, right. I don't know if my mom has. I think she has. My brother and my sister-in-law do.
Well, we know your brother. We had him on last week.
Yeah, idiot.
Did you listen to that one, Jenna?
I haven't had a chance yet, just because it's been so busy here. But that's on my to-do list now that I've gotten all my stuff done.
Your 2-week break? Okay.
Yeah, my 2-week break.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we already asked you last time what King and Queens means to you. Is there any other, anything else you want to add to that, or? I mean, you're still. It's only been a couple of weeks since we talked, so.
I have a funny story. Well, we all knew how I feel because I made it quite clear how I feel about Kevin James.
Yeah.
So I have a funny story.
Oh.
So, gosh, this must have been my oldest daughter, but my second child. She was probably first grade, so probably about 6 years old, and we were watching Mall Cop, and. My kids know, even back then, how much I loved Kevin James. And the next day, my daughter was trying to tell my husband about the part in Mall Cop where, he passes out and he has to get the dirty lollipop. And she was trying to explain it to him. And she's like, Daddy, mommy's boyfriend. And he's like, what? Mommy has a boyfriend? And she looks at him.
Funny.
She looks at me. She looks back at him.
Oh, no.
And she's like, and it's you.
Yeah.
That's sticking on your toes.
All right. Look at that. 6 years old and she's got Mama's back.
Yeah, she's got your back. That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
She's sticking on her toes.
Yep, and even now,
That's
my
cute.
kids, even just yesterday, the joke was my husband, he since he works in Chapel Hill, sometimes he'll stay the night in his office. So yesterday he left in the morning, and he's like, oh, been here too long, which obviously hadn't been. So he was like, he had to go back to work, so he's like, just been here too long. I was like, yeah, good, go, because my boyfriend's got to come over now. And my other daughter was like, oh, Kevin James?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So they just know. I love him. He just makes me laugh.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Is he coming out? On tour or anything yet? I don't know.
I don't think so. I haven't seen that, but if he does, I will go again. And I wanted to go so bad when they were him and Ray Romano were in Vegas. That was on my bucket list, but I never got the chance to do that.
If you ever go again, you got to bring that sign that you never showed him.
Yes.
I will, and I'll have the guts to do it this
You
time.
better show it.
The guts to do it.
Well, I was planning if I ever went to the one in Vegas, I was prepared to buy VIP tickets so I could go meet both of them. I was prepared, but it just didn't work out.
Oh man. All right. If you ever go, you got to mention us. You got to mention our podcast.
I will. I'll just be that crazy fan that jumps on the stage.
Oh, don't get arrested. Don't get. Yeah.
Put it. It's worth it. Okay.
True that.
Oh, that's funny. That's awesome. All right. All right. So now we're to the review and ratings portion of the show. IMDb had 377 user ratings. Actually, quite a lot for this one. It only had a 7.6 out of 10, which was kind of surprising. Our Facebook poll, last time I looked at it, had 44 ratings, and it equated to 4.6 out of 5, which is like a 9.2 out of 10. Jenna, our guests always go first. Would you like to rate this episode?
This is a tough one because I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Whoa!
Wow!
I just don't.
Ho!
I just
6.5.
Comparing it to other episodes, yes, it was funny and it had some funny parts, but comparing it to other episodes, I didn't laugh as much. Like, even compared to Las Vegas, I didn't laugh as much. There was, like I said, there were some funny parts, but it's not.
Is it the Sackskys that put it over the edge for you, probably?
I guess so. But there just wasn't. Even I don't know. It just wasn't funny to me. That funny.
I would have. Wow, I'm in shock right now.
Yeah, I am
6.5.
too. That's great. That's the lowest score we've ever gotten.
I'm actually gonna go like the other way after Dusty does his. But yeah, holy moly! I would have never thought, Jenna. I would have never thought.
I just really don't like the Sackskys, and
obviously.
Even
all the other episodes they're in.
Yeah,
it's not my favorite. Minus the Stanley one, I do kind of enjoy that one, but the water one, not my favorite either.
All right. Well, remind us that we're never going to do another Sackskys episode.
Right.
With you. We don't want to piss you off. Oh, all right. So 6.5 for Jenna. Dusty, how about you, pal?
Yeah, Arthur was barely in this, but he was the parts that he was in was, it was hilarious. But Bryan Cranston, I love Bryan Cranston. I love everything that he plays in. He's a freaking hilarious actor. And in serious roles, he's a all around great actor. And he played the Sackskys role really, really well. I am going to give this a 8.9.
8.9.
8.9. With my hanging with my posse.
with the posse fingers.
You didn't see that when I first did it.
I did, but it didn't click.
Didn't register with you?
No.
Hanging with my posse.
That did make up for
that.
That
was a
episode.
funny giggle you just did.
That
giggle.
So we went from
I love it.
We went from a 6.5 to an 8.9. That really puts a lot of pressure on me, guys. I'm just letting you know that. I'm gonna start going first so I don't have to, It's gonna be an 8.5 for me. I didn't think it was gonna be that as well as it did, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I remembered enjoying this. It's our first episode it's the first time we're doing a season 1 episode.
Yep.
And season 1 was, it was funny and everything, but I don't always remember fondly about season 1 for some reason. But this one I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Arthur, when he was in it, he was funny, but I think they need a little more of Arthur. I don't know, sometimes they just kind of don't have the room for him, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm doing an 8.5. So I'm still in shock though, Jenna. 6.5. Holy moly. I didn't even think that was possible.
I know, but I like I said before, I have such high expectations and such favorite shows or episodes, so it's just when I watch the ones that I'm not I wouldn't watch that one again just for fun.
You're done watching this one. This was purely a business episode for you.
Damn Sackskys.
Yes. Now if I'm watching them all in order and I'm doing that again, then I would, but I won't be like, oh, I'm gonna put on season 1, episode 22 today.
You're doing laundry or something in the back, you'll have it on in the background, when you do that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't really be paying attention to that one.
Wow. All right. Oh
but
man,
I do
crazy
like
episode.
Richie in this episode. Richie was funny.
Richie was good.
Yeah.
Richie was good.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming on the show. This we're about wrapping it up.
Well, thank you for having me again.
Yeah,
Anytime.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
We appreciate it. I want to plug our email, which is kingofqueenspodcast@gmail.com. If you ever want to get in touch with us. Dusty, you want to plug our other social media?
Yeah, so Facebook finally accepted my request to change the name. So it is facebook.com/shuttyuppy, Let's Talk King of Queens. And Instagram will be at Shuttyuppy Podcast.
Cool. Sounds good, man. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you guys. And, rate and review. I can't say that enough. Rate and review.
Yes.
Make sure you do that, and we will
Keep us.
If you ever want to be on the show, what's that?
I was saying, rate and review. Keep us up in the rankings.
Yeah. I haven't looked at the rankings in a while. I guess overseas we're doing okay.
Germany,
So.
yeah, Germany has us up at the top.
Nice.
Yep.
If we only knew how to speak German, we'd probably get more.
Right.
All right, Jenna. Thank you very much again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
We'll
you.
talk. All right. Bye.
Bye.